everyone, Jay with Ricky Vapor here today. How's everybody doing? We are going to make something marvelous today. Not a equipment review at all, but we're going to make, right, let me get it on here, Marilyn, okay, by Pinup Girls. I found the recipe and I have all the ingredients. So today, this is a wonderful juice. I got turned on to it at the vape showcase in Dallas last year or year before. I think it was last year. Oh, by the way, the vape showcase is going to be in Houston this year. It is in July, I believe, the 22nd, 23rd. So if you make that, it's a wonderful show. And Houston is where the vape showcase started originally. That's where the first one was. So you'll want to make that show. I will definitely be there. Anyway, let's get to making something. We're going to make a juice today, okay? And it's got a few flavors to it. Let's get them all over here, and I'll go through them real quick and show you. And I'll pan my camera down. Sorry, I'm running on one camera today, so you'll just have to bear with me. All right, so what we got is first one, and I'm not a big fan of the first ingredient in this one and all, but it's a sweetener, okay? Super sweet by Capella, and it's a really good sweetener. Very sweet, let me tell you. It's like sugar on steroids, but it will gunk your coals up, so you have to watch out for that. So we got sweetener here. The next one is a cinnamon. I use this DX Cinnamon Danish. I find it to be pretty good when it comes to cinnamon flavors. That's the next one. Then we got brown sugar. And I got big bottles of brown sugar. I use a lot of it in several different recipes. There's one that my wife likes that I use that in. So, and it is brown sugar too. It's real brown sugar. And of course, the star attraction in Maryland is butterscotch, believe it or not. Butterscotch. And caramel. We have caramel by TFA. And the last one, vanilla custard. And there's another one here, vanilla custard. Yeah, that's another one you want to get big bottles of. By the way, these bottles are cheap, guys. I did a video a while back on some of this. This is just food grade flavoring, so don't freak out on it. You know. And let's see. The last one is the vanilla. I think this is, I heard it say like this one time, but I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Tahiti, okay? I don't think that's the way you say it, but anyway. There it is. If some of y'all, let me get it to focus. Getting it focus up? Come on, thing. Get over here and focus on, there it goes. See? So that's the last ingredient. So anyway, I will go through here. We're gonna mix this up. Let me get my scales turned on. And we're gonna go ahead and make up a 60 milliliter of this, because I'm gonna split it up in two bottles because my wife likes this one and I do too. So let her put a bottle in her pouch and I'll take one in mine. So anyway, let's get started. By the way, this one here will be a 3 milligram nicotine on this one. The ratio is 30-70. The flavor total is 5.1 milliliters in this particular recipe here and everything. So let's get started. So actually that 5.1 will change since we're doing 60. It'll be 10.2 because you double it. So let's get started. Let me move the camera around here, guys. See if I can get it down here where you can see it. There we go. Okay, y'all can see it. So let's get started. Got my scales on. They're zeroed out, tared out, zeroed out. And the first thing we want to put in is the sweetener. And it calls for, in this recipe, 0.6 milliliters. So that means since we're doing a 120, we're going to put 1.2. So 1.2, and these big bottles, you want to go slow because you can overdo it, and you definitely don't want to overdo sweetener, I promise you. That's one of them you don't want to go over on. So 1.2, 1.1, let's put a few drops in there, and let's get right on the money on this one. 1.2, okay, we're golden. So here we go, got that one there. Sweetener's out of the way, zero out. Next one is our cinnamon. Is going to be, our cinnamon is 0.30, so we're going to do 0.6. 0.6. Always give them a little shake, you know. Give them a little shake there and everything. So 0.6, zeroed out on our scales. Cinnamon is also another very strong flavoring, so you do not want to go over on that one. It's okay to go under a tad, but you do not want to go over. All right, there we go. Perfect. All right, 0.6. So now, zero out again. Next flavoring is going to be our brown sugar. Brown sugar. It's also going to be 0.6 for 60 milliliters. So 0.6, here we go. 0.6. Go slow on these big bottles now because it comes out. The drops are bigger, so they weigh more. One drop. Boom. There we go. You always have to remember that versus the small bottles. You know, the big bottles, the drops are bigger. They weigh more. So, all right, got rid of our brown sugar. Now our butterscotch. Now, butterscotch calls for 1.2 on 30 milliliters, so we'll double it. That'll be 2.4. I just got this in today, by the way, guys. I was excited because last order I forgot my butterscotch. I really like butterscotch. 2.4. Here we go. 2.4. All right. We'll get this one in there. This is really easy to do, guys. If you can even cook a little bit in the kitchen, you know, you can do this. This is no big deal. It really, really isn't. And so much cheaper to mix your own juice. And it's just like anything. There we go. 2.38, one drop. All right, we're good there. All right, there's our bowl. Ooh, you can smell it. You can smell that butterscotch. So, and it really is. It's really easy to do. So much cheaper. I will make this 60 milliliter bottle here, including the price of the bottle. Probably, I'll probably have $1.70 in it, or maybe, if that much. Let's see. Next one is caramel. I figured it, well, it might, well, no, that's about right, because I figured up 30 mils bottles that I used to make. Cost me about 95 cents to make a bottle of juice, is about what it costs. All right, here's our caramel. Our caramel, let's don't get distracted. It's 0.9, so that's going to be 1.8. Let's go and get this in there. Man, this is smelling good. You could just smell the aroma off of this. It smells so good. 1.8. Well, we're getting close. 1.8. I'll take my time, guys. I don't, because in the past I've overdid it on some flavorings, and it really just ruined the whole flavor of the juice itself. 1.8. Okay. All right. So now that was caramel, vanilla custard. Let's see, I got big bottles of that. You use this in just about every freaking juice there is. I'm serious. Just about every recipe I see, it's got vanilla custard in it. So get big bottles. 0.3, so we'll do 0.6. It doesn't take much of the vanilla custard. It's just an enhancer. It just kind of gives it a fluffy note, you know, to make it pleasing on the tongue and in your nose. All right, 0.6. Zero it out, and this last vanilla, I'll tell you what, give me some comments, guys. Let me get back so y'all can see this. There it is. Tell me how to pronounce that. Anyway, it's dark. It's real dark. See, it's a really dark flavoring. It gives it a nice color. This calls for 1.5, so we're gonna put 3 of this in there. 3. So we're going to be adding some of this in there. Always don't go too fast like I did, unless you, because it will come out. And when you squeeze in that bottle, it'll come out and you'll pass up your mark. I'm at 2.6, 2.73, 2.9, a few more drops there. On the money. 3. 2.99. It's going between 2.99 and 3. So that worked good. So anyway, that's all of our flavoring ingredients that we've got on there now. Just never forget to zero your scale out. I make a habit to do that as soon as I screw the top back on my flavor. Now, this is going to be a 30-70 ratio, so our PG is going to be 8.10. 8.10 on our PG here. So, 8.10. So let's put some of this in here. And this comes out pretty easy too, so you want to go slow. The PG is kind of thin. It's not quite as thin as water, but pretty close, especially when it's warm, room temperature. 8.10. Actually, I'll be honest with you, 8.10. I question that whether that's actually 30-70 ratio. The recipe says it is, and I use a calculator on these, so it's supposed to be right, but there we go. I went over a little bit on that one. 8.19, but that's fine. Now, zero out. Now, our main ingredient base is VG, 25.35. So we'll put 50 in it, 50.7. And this is thick, like syrup. So let me move around here so you can see it. 50.7 is what we're going to put in there. So it's going to fill it up pretty good since we're doing a 60 ml on this. And if you're not comfortable with making this much at a time, just do a 30. You know, or even a 15 or a 10. You can do that. There we go. Wonderful. I may have went over a little bit on that one, but you're okay going over on VG. Tear it out. Now, what we're going to do, here's something I do. All right, I'm going to do something a little different here that you may not have seen. I'm not going to put my nicotine in yet. I have a chemical mixer over here. Can you see it? Did you get it in the shot? We'll move you over here where you can see it a little bit. Sorry. And I mix on this one. And the reason I do this, and move some of this out of the way here. Reason I do this is it has a warming plate on it. And I have found that it speeds up my steeping time when I use that. Okay? Now, I wouldn't want to warm my nicotine on that at all. All right, we're getting this started. Turn it up a little bit. Might need to move my thermostat off there a little bit. You don't want to warm your nicotine, okay? And nicotine doesn't need steep. I've learned that on my own, that you don't have to do that. So we're gonna let this mix and let it warm up. It's gonna turn a nice color. You see it's already turning a pretty good amber color there. Speed it up a little bit at a time. By the way, guys, if you want one of these, it's not hard to use and they're cheap. I think I got this thing off of eBay for $35 or something, and it works great. I've had it for about a year and a half, and it works fantastic. You don't have to have this. You can just shake it up in a bottle. It's fine. You know, that works too. Got arthritis in my fingers and my wrists, so shaking sometimes doesn't go well for me and everything. So we're going to let that mix up for a while. I'm going to speed it up a little more there. See if I can't turn my warmer up a little bit there. Looks like it's, there it goes. And it's going to, you have to start slow. See, all right, now notice what I just did. I hit that button and I try to, it's still a little thick in there with that VG in there. It hadn't thinned out. So you can't go too fast at first. It'll mix it without a problem. Now, some people don't like these things. That's fine. If you don't like using these stirrers, these magnetic stirrers, that's fine. It's convenient for me. I don't have to worry about, you know, shaking the bottle. I can put it over there and it does fine. So let me move back up top here, guys. And we'll talk about this real quick. So anyway, there we go. Sorry. I'm sorry, guys. So anyway, it's real cheap to make your own juice, and it's super easy. There are several recipe websites out there. eliquidrecipe.com is probably the most popular. There's one called All My Flavors. Now there's another one I forget. And you can, you know, just type in what you're looking for, and it'll give you a list of stuff, you know, of what's made in that particular flavor profile. And so it's really easy. It tells you everything. I actually printed this off of it. You know, that's where I got this from. And it tells you everything on it. Your grams, your milliliters, your percentage of your flavorings, you know, your nicotine strength you can adjust in there and then print it out. You can make it 3, 0, 6, 12, whatever you want. It even tells you a suggested steeping time, which it says 15 days on this one, which is about right on this juice if I didn't have my warmer. I've just learned through trial and error that I could do that and, you know, speed up the steeping time without the nicotine in it. Now I'll come back and add the nicotine in a little bit. So anyway, that's one of them. There's another one here that it's a good recipe. It's a strawberry. It's basically a strawberry shortcake or strawberry cheesecake, but it's a really good one called the Real Strawberry Fog. Super good recipe. And I print all these out. You know, some people just keep them on their phone and do it. I like printing them out and have a hard copy and everything. So it just makes it easier for me because I'm old school. You know, so, but anyway, back to this. This particular bottle of juice we're making here today, like I say, I'll have probably price of bottle and everything, $1.70, $1.80 in it, in a 60 milliliter. Lasts me a while. Homemade juice is a lot better than store-bought juice. It always is, just like cooking at home. I have never ever gotten a good bowl of gumbo in a restaurant, ever. Never ever. I can cook mine and it's a crowd pleaser every time. So same way with this. And I tweak on the recipes and, you know, add and subtract and fool around with them a little bit, just like if I was cooking in my kitchen, you know, same thing. So it's no different. If you need a scale, you don't have to have this one. This one's 25 bucks. It's not a big deal. It's a good size, but I've got one that I ordered from Walmart that was $2, a little electronic scale. It worked fantastic and is very accurate, and it's $2, and it's a small one, hand size, and it worked just as good as this big one here. You know, so, you know, you don't have to have everything like that. Now, you don't even have to have a scale at all. If you'll order one of those starter kits from NicotineRiver.com, they got a starter kit, guys, that is wonderful. It comes in 2 big buckets. You get everything. And I mean, you get everything. You get your choice of 15 different flavorings. You get a 500 milliliter of VG and a 500 milliliter of PG. You get I think a 240 milliliter of nicotine, bottle of nicotine. You get the syringes that you can measure out on, and they give you several different sizes. They give you 10 bottles. You can either get 30s or 60 mils. I recommend getting the 60s. And everything. Give you gloves. What else? Everything. I mean, there's not anything you can, the day it arrives, you can be mixing your own juice and bottling it up right then. I do recommend get your recipes first and pick your flavorings from your recipes. Okay, find out what you're wanting to make before you order it. And it's $49. You can order anything at Nicotine River is over 50 bucks. It's free shipping. So get all your flavorings, add a bottle of sweetener to it, which would make it about 51 something. You get free shipping, and you're going to have enough supplies to make, oh gosh, 700-800 milliliters of juice right out the gate, you know, of your own stuff that you made, of different types, you know, not just stuck with one deal. But I do recommend get your recipes first before you do that, and it's a bargain. It really is, you know, and that's the way I started years ago with them, and they still have the same kit, and it's wonderful. And I've looked at some other kits that are okay. They're not bad. I've just had good luck with Nicotine River. There's Bull City, which is a good company. Wizards, another good company. There's one up in Canada. I forget the name of it. But I deal with Nicotine River because their shipping is really fast for me. I get it in 3 days. This stuff I ordered that came in this afternoon, I don't know, well, I ordered it Friday. Today's Monday. Well, that'll give you an idea. Okay. Even over the weekend, I got it and here it is, you know. And I'm in Texas, and Nicotine River's in California. So see, that's pretty good shipping. So anyway, what we're going to do on this recipe, by the way, I'm doing 100 milligram nicotine is what I'm using. So, and I want to make it a 3 milligram strength. So that means on this particular recipe, I will be using 1.13 grams of nicotine in a 60 milliliter bottle. So remember, I'm going to double that. 2.26 on at 100% strength in the 60 milliliter is going to give me a 3% nicotine. So we're going to pull some up, and yes, wear you some gloves. Always keep something on your eyes, okay? I wear glasses, but if you don't, get you some safety glasses and wear on that. Always have you a paper towel close by. Now, I should have rubber gloves on. You can use latex or whatever. I don't, I'm out of them, but you have to be careful, okay? You have to be super, super careful with this stuff. So I'm gonna pan back down so y'all can see this and what I'm doing. And I'm going to take my beaker off, bring it back over here, okay? It's cooled down now. And I'm gonna pull up some nicotine. Now that's a little more than I'm gonna use. Now I'll cut my scales on, and I want to make sure it's zeroed out with what I've got in there, because I want to measure out exactly 2.26. All right, it's zeroed out, so here we go. 2.26. Now it don't take much because nicotine's heavy and it's thick. And this is a VG based nicotine. 2.26. Here we go. And you want to go slow. I might have to add a little more in my syringe for it. Yeah, it's pretty close. No, that's good. 2.19, so I'm gonna leave it alone. Lay that to the side, put your cap back on immediately on your nicotine. And by the way, you store this in the freezer. Don't leave it out, okay? It'll make it last so much longer. And then we'll go back to mixing over here. Go back to mixing. Here we go. All right, let's mix up and let the nicotine mix in there and cut our scales off. Now, what I gotta do, and I'm gonna still talk to y'all while I grab bottles. I've got some bottles over here, and I'll show you what I'm using. I should have already had them out for us, but I didn't. Well, actually, I'm gonna use this one here. I get these little bottles, and I like them, and I'll get the other kind too. These here are, 30 milliliter, and they're like, these cost a little more, but I like them than what I normally use. They're real fun to use, and they fit better in mine and my wife's vape case. So take a bottle, put it here. Let me back up a little bit, guys, so y'all can see what I'm doing. Okay, and we're letting this mix up, and we're gonna bottle this up. And you'll want to get you some labels. You can write on your bottles with a Sharpie, but I reuse bottles some, so sometimes I'll wash them out and put a different label on them. So, but you can do however you want. Bottles are cheap. I know down at Chem Nerds down in Dallas, you can look them up online too, chemnerds.com. You can buy 100 bottles for $19 with tips and caps. 100 bottles for 20 bucks. So a lot of times I'll do that. This those little standard 30 milliliter bottles. So, and this is I know it's got Banger on it, but my wife bought some of their juice, and they give you 2 of these, so I'm gonna use it. They give you, I don't know why. Actually, it's kind of cool because it comes with cotton and coals and cleaning rag and everything with their juice. I thought, what's up with that? So, but glad they did. So anyway, so now we're getting pretty close here. This thing is about done. Let's see if we can't bottle some juice up here now. Now, when you're doing this, be careful, okay? Don't make a mess. We've already diluted the nicotine enough where it's not going to be a bother now. So, but you do want to be careful when you're pouring it in, especially when you're doing a 30 milliliter and you had made a 60 milliliter beaker of it. So you want to be slow about what you do. There we go. And that's why I said always keep a paper towel close by. All right, we got that one done up. Let's put our cap on it. Be careful putting your cap on when you're doing your cap, because you will squeeze juice back out on you. And you give it till it clicks, and there you go. We got a bottle of juice. Now I'm gonna go ahead and bottle the rest of it up in this here. And there's a truck that just pulled up outside. I'm outside here on the workbench, so that's why y'all hear traffic. And big old diesel truck just pulled up across the street, so I apologize, guys. Like I say, this is the rookie vapor, you know. we do it, you know, no nonsense way. We don't sugarcoat nothing on the rookie vapor here, because this is a channel for normal folks vaping. Okay. All right, there we go. Got that one in there. Take the cap, screw it on there. It will seat your tip. These are a little more difficult actually, but can't complain about free bottles, huh? All right, there we go. Now we've got 2 bottles of Marilyn. 2 bottles of Marilyn. So, back up top here, guys. You know, and maybe I will do some editing on this so it isn't jittery and all like y'all have been seeing here. That's it. Marilyn by Pinup Girls. Super great juice. Got that wonderful vanilla and butterscotch going on, and I smell it. It's all around me now. I wish I had smell camera. So, and there's people acting up over there. So, dogs and everything, guys. It's the rookie vapor. Okay. But anyway, wanted to put this one on here, and I'll put some links down for Nicotine River and everything, and you know, eliquidrecipe.com. I'll put that one on there so you can look it up. And there's another one. I'll try to find it, see if I can't put that in the descriptions also and everything. But it's super easy, guys. You know, it's a lot of fun. I prefer making my own juice. You know, I know what I'm putting in it. You know, know where my ingredients come from, and it's just a lot of fun to tinker around with, and it's so much cheaper because I just made 60 milliliters for less than $2 of premium juice, not budget juice. Okay, this is premium that I'm making. And you know, when I say premium, you know what premium is, don't you? When you buy it off the shelf at the stores, because give me a break, I've been to some of the other bottling companies, and then we got quite a few here in Dallas. You know, there's quite a few ejuice bottling companies here in Dallas. Sweetener, that's what defines a premium juice. So there's some decent ones out there, you know, but you know, this is premium. I mean, I use top grade quality flavorings, top quality ingredients. I mean, this really is a very premium juice for pennies, you know, and all. And I'm gonna make some others and everything. I got some other flavors. I'll probably make one of them strawberry fogs I was telling you about and everything. But that's how easy it is, guys. It's just super easy. And if you got any questions, leave me some comments, leave me, you know, some questions, and I'll be glad to answer it. If I don't know the answer, we'll find it and everything. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell. That way next time I'm doing some mixing, we'll look at some budget rigs, because you know I do a lot of that. I'm always looking to save a dollar. So anytime I can save money on vaping and save you some money on vaping, that's what we're going to do. And I searched the planet over for good vape equipment that's inexpensive, and I'll do the shopping for you. So anyway, that's it today, guys. Thanks for watching, and just remember, just vape it. Just vape it. Forgot my vape. Oh, there it is. Just vape it.